at 6 o'clock. Welcome, welcome. We are going to have Miss Tanya do our invocation. Mike, you want to do our American flag? And Heidi, you want to do our Texas flag?
Yeah. May we bow our heads. Heavenly Father, we come before you with humble hearts, seeking your guidance and strength as we work toward the economic development of Cleveland. Bless our efforts with wisdom and clarity so that we may make the choices that uplift the community and foster growth. Lord, grant us the courage to face challenging and the perseverance to push through the obstacles. And we ask for your blessing upon our board president, John Williams, as we go forth in the direction that we work in a sense of clarity and understanding. In your precious son, Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Okay. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. Miss Michelle Wyatt is not going to be able to make it tonight. And just to introduce some people to you real quick, on my very far right, your very far left, is our awesome CISD rep, Miss Tanya Clark. Doesn't she do a good invocation too? Mm-hmm. I asked her to add me on the list every day. Please, I need all the prayers I can get. Then to the right of Ms. Clark is Heidi Souls. To her right is our awesome treasurer, Chuck Thompson. And obviously next to Chuck Thompson, to my left, is Emilio Livario. He is our Director of Community Development and over our EDC, obviously. To my right is our awesome City Secretary, Juanita. And to her right is our Vice President for EDC, Brent McWaters, who is also a City Council member. And to his our far right on the end down there is the infamous and famous Mike Buckley. And I am your president, John Williams. Do what? Always. He's infamous, famous. There's a fine line between those, you know. Infamous and famous. We got any public comments? No public comments. Number 4 is new business spotlight. Emilio, while he's eating. I waited for him to put that in his mouth.
Apologies.
I tried timing it just right.
We have a treat for y'all this evening. I'm going to ask the Weebies to come up and talk about their new business. That's they're our new neighbors, or they will be, Gloria and Grind Coffee, if I got that right. So if you can just come over here to the microphone.
If you don't mind, when you come up, if you'll give us your names or name and address or the town you live in, would be good to start with. Make sure that mic is on. Is it on, Soshi? Yeah.
My name is Peter Beebe, and that's my wife Jordan. We live here in Cleveland, Texas. We are opening Gloria and Grind Coffee, actually right across the street from this building. We're hoping to build a welcoming environment, and we have high-quality coffee, and just be an asset to Cleveland's growing community. We're hoping to create a spot for
Thank you very much. Anybody have any questions for them or anything? Where exactly are they?
So right here at the Legacy,
In the strip center there? Cool. They have a drive-through, is that what you said? So they do have a drive-through. That's a good thing. Drive-throughs are a very good thing when you're dealing with coffee. Any other questions or anything for them? Greater Cleveland Chamber of Commerce. We have the awesome Brian Garcia, the chairman tonight. That's you. Sing.
My name is Brian Garcia. I am the president and chair of the chamber this year. Very excited to be with you guys tonight. I want to formally wish everybody in the audience as well as on the board a happy Mardi Gras. As a New Orleanian, this is an important day for me. I'm wearing my Mardi Gras tie. And there's a phrase that has been more common today, the good times roll. So again, happy Mardi Gras.
All right.
And in that spirit, we're also extremely excited for Glory and Grind. And I don't know if you guys ever read King Cake. Might be something worth looking into. So, but as all, sorry, good try to this. It's just ideas. It's what we do at the chamber. We've got ideas to help Cleveland be the best. That includes King Cake. But we are grateful to the EDC for their continued support. I feel like every meeting we have together, we are kind of continuing to push in the best direction for Cleveland, and so excited about that. Wanted to talk about a few upcoming events that we've got going on. So this Thursday, we have our monthly luncheon, and this is going to be a good one. We're going to be featuring 3 local nonprofits, including Heartwarming Living Solutions, the Cleveland Senior Citizen Organization, and Workforce Solutions. So kind of the nonprofit angle is going to be the theme of the luncheon. Again, that's this Thursday over at the Civic Center.
Hold that thought just for a second for me. We are trying to, behind the scenes, get you turned up here a little bit.
Do you want me to start over from the beginning?
Please do, if
So
you
happy
don't
Mardi
mind.
Gras.
If you don't mind, for a few reasons, but I would appreciate it if you do.
No, so first thing I said, very grateful to the EDC for everything they do to continue to support the chamber and all the exciting ideas we come up with, helping us kind of bring those into reality and help Cleveland to continue to grow, to be a place that people want to do business and, you know, grow their businesses as well as their family and the community. So grateful for the continued support. We wanted to talk about a few of the upcoming events. The first one I mentioned is this Thursday. We have our monthly luncheon, and we do that every month, but this one is going to be a special one. We're going to be featuring some of the nonprofits in our area, and there's 3 of those. We're going to be featuring Heartwarming Solutions, Heartwarming Living Solutions, Cleveland Senior Citizen Organization, and the Workforce Solutions. So they'll kind of get some time to talk about what they do. So it'll be really good information for anyone that's there, as well as kind of the normal fellowship and food that we have at all of our luncheons. So please be there. That'll be this Thursday over at the Civic Center, 11 o'clock. Yes. Then Friday, we have the grand opening and ribbon cutting for our friends Glory and Grind Coffee Company that I have on good authority is going to start making king cakes very soon. Just wondered. No, but seriously, so grateful for Jordan and Peter being here today with us, and so excited to add them to the family of businesses here in the community. But yeah, that's going to be Friday, March 14th at 11 a.m. Their grand opening and ribbon cutting will be there, cutting an actual ribbon. So come out and see us. Then Thursday, March 27th, from 10 a.m. to 1, we have our job fair. We're partnering with the city, the EDC, and Cleveland ISD. Registration is open now for employers to set up. Did this go back off?
It did, it turned off on you. Let us get some batteries swapped out real quick.
Thank you for your patience.
Yes, thank you for your patience Brian could sing us a song. He's actually with the tomfoolery band also. Technical difficulties. Yep.
No, we got it rechargeable. He's good.
That's just a level of quality you can expect from Cleveland's finest. But so I think everybody heard the job fair before it went out. The last thing I was going to mention, Friday, March 28th, the 3rd annual Women's Brunch and Bubbly at Grand Oaks Golf Club, presented by Good Promotions. We're going to be recognizing 2 women of honor, and nominations are still being accepted until March 14th. So anyone can nominate a local female leader on the website. You want to go on there. There's just a little form you fill out, but we're going to be honoring them, and I heard they have a I'm going to be the MC. I was trying to think of something to say about it, but yes, I'll be the MC at the event. It's going to be great. This is the 3rd one. The last 2 have been fantastic. Very much recommended. Any ladies in your office or just folks in the community that would like to be part of it, it's a great event. But those are kind of the big things we have coming up. Any questions for the chamber?
Anybody have any questions? No?
Come on.
We appreciate it very much, Brian, as
Awesome.
always.
Appreciate you guys.
Absolutely. We are really enjoying the partnership. And thank you, like always.
Likewise, and thank you guys.
And we are going to ask y'all to come back up to a working mic, if you don't mind. Would you mind coming back up and kind of giving us your spiel one more time? You got it practiced. It's, that was just a practice session. Yeah, yeah. Again, just tell us, of course, who you are and the city you live in to start off with. And I apologize, but it's going to be better anyways for you since the mic is working now.
Hey, no problem. Hello again. So my name is Peter Wiebe, and my wife Jordan is over there. And we live here in Cleveland, Texas. We are opening up Glory and Grind Coffee Shop. It's the building in the Legacy Salon Suites right next door to the City Hall. We're hoping to build a welcoming environment with high-quality coffee and contribute to Cleveland's growing community. We're hoping to create a spot of fellowship with our ultimate goal being to glorify God. We will offer specialty espresso drinks, cold brew, hot and iced teas, energy kickers, authentic New York bagels, and freshly baked cinnamon rolls, and many more. We are having a grand opening Friday, March 14th, and our hours are going to be 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. the first day. I love that Cleveland is a city of small businesses, and I'm grateful to be a part of the growing community, and we hope to contribute positively to it. Thank you guys for hosting us and having us here today, and we can't wait to see you and serve you next Friday.
One question. What will your hours be after the first day? What will your normal business hours be? 5:30
We're
to
thinking
2?
5:30.
Okay.
More than likely it'll be 5:30 too.
That way people are listening to know what times will be there.
And you're saying 5:30 in the morning till 2 in the evening. And how many days a week?
6 days a week, Monday through Saturday.
Monday through Saturday, 5:30 to 2. Awesome. Closed on Sundays.
And it's in the talks, but we're going to try to extend our hours after the following year, after the school year starts back up, to possibly doing 5:30 to maybe 5 to get that school traffic coming in afterwards too.
Good idea.
And then the late night coffee drinkers that want coffee after their shift. So,
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Again, sorry about our technical difficulties, but if we don't have that mic working, you will not be able to hear it on TV. So, and then also our secretary or Emilio can't go back and listen to it to do the minutes. So, number 6, reports and comments from board members. Let's start with Mike Buckley. You got anything for us, Mike?
I just want to thank our police, fire department, public works department, office, our city officials in office for all the hard work they do keeping everything going. I do appreciate it. I know I bring it up every month, but people don't realize how much they really do. Sometimes they do get some flack, but if they drive around and see what they're doing daily, they'll understand the work that they have cut out for them, and I do appreciate all the work that they do.
Thank you, Mike. Brent, what you got?
I just absolutely want to echo what Mr. Buckley said. Really appreciate the job all the hardworking members of the city do. So I want to thank them. It's important to thank them because people don't know what they go through day in and day out. So just thank you for that. And I just wanted to say, I know we brought it up here a little while back, but next week is Mr. Swaggart's last week. So just want to publicly say again, we thank him for the time here in the city and really enjoyed working with him, and we wish him the best in his next venture.
Thank you, Brent. Mr. Chuck, what you got, sir? Anything?
Sort of going to be pretty much parroting what Michael and Brent said. You know, again, it goes overlooked. I know I get complacent just driving through town without paying enough attention to realize what, you know, Roger and the rest of the crew is doing. For that matter, so is the firehouse. I mean, think as close as I live, I'd notice that they're leaving quite often. But yeah, you know, it's always sort of staggering, you know, what they do without actually being involved in it. So again, thank you very much. And again, what Brent said, yeah, thanks again, Scott. Wonderful job, and I wish he and his family nothing but success going forward in whatever endeavor they choose. So thank you.
Thank you, Chuck. Ms. Souls.
Yeah, we're going to sound like a broken record up here, but a big thank you to Public Works and all the first responders. Just even on the way here, I drove past our pavilion over there by Walgreens, and it looks so clean and nice, and I just was already thinking about Public Works tonight, and that's just a small thing, but it's just one more thing on y'all's list, so thank you very much. And then I wasn't here last week when everyone bid their farewells, but I just want to, even though he's not here, give a big thank you to Scott for everything that he's done since the moment he came to Cleveland. He's been phenomenal, and he's done so much for our city. Excited for Pam while she's interim, and the next person has big shoes to fill, literally and figuratively, so look forward to figuring out who that is.
Mrs. Clark.
I agree with all of the board members, but I also want to welcome Gloria and Brian. I'm excited for you to join our community. I did have an opportunity to meet you last month at the Chamber's Luncheon, so congratulations and welcome. I'm looking forward to being able to patronize your business. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And again, I know I say it all the time, but Public Works, we appreciate everything they do. Everybody's going to get a update from him here in a little bit, but oh yeah, you're on the agenda. And we do appreciate everything they do. They do a lot for us. I have dealt with them at the airport quite a bit here recently, and I can't say enough about it, Roger. I know you hear it from me all the time, but we really, really do appreciate everything y'all do, no doubt. I do. Cody is awesome. He's always just Johnny on the spot with us, and I know everybody else is too. They were out there putting furniture together today all day, and we just really appreciate everything they do all over town. And I know I say this every time, but I'm going to repeat it anyways. We are a board, and we are just the board. Our projects that we vote on and approve and everything else have to be completed by other people. Public Works is somebody that they do a lot of that completion for us, just like the pavilion that Ms. Souls was talking about earlier. We are still in the process of making that prettier and better, and Roger and I had last, I guess week or two, I guess 2 weeks, have purchased the fire hydrants for that, and to get that finished up. We got that wrapped up just in the last week or so, week and a half. I want to thank Blake Sudbury for, he owns a trailer park on, is it Easy? Easy Street. He owns the trailer park on Easy Street. I want to thank Blake Sudbury for sponsoring our employee luncheon coming up for all the city employees. We really do appreciate that very much. And again, thank you for obviously the fire and the police officers and everything our emergency services do. And I know it's a broken record, but I also always want to thank our board. We have an awesome EDC board. I really appreciate the communication that we have with the city and the chamber and the city council and the mayor. We really work good together, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for our board 100%. Also, Scott, I talked to him. I was in a meeting with him today at 3, and he had other things he had to do tonight, but again, we're going to miss him. He did a lot. He's done a lot for this city. I know he had a few naysayers at first when he came on, and I think he was able to prove people wrong, and obviously he's gone on to bigger and greater pastures, and we appreciate everything he's done for us for sure. Anything else?
Yeah, going first, you always forget something, so I do want to thank Scott for everything he's done.
Absolutely. He's done a great job. Director's report, Emilio.
Thank you, Mr. President. Next slide, please. I just wanted to highlight a few things. We did have a very productive EDC community rebranding committee meeting today, earlier this afternoon, where we worked towards finalizing the visual concept with some colors and other considerations. We still have to probably meet. We're going to circulate some of the outcomes from today's meeting in terms of the color options and things, take a vote on that. But our goal is really to get a joint workshop scheduled either later this month or early in April for the EDC and really the council to adopt the branding formally so we can start making plans towards implementing that. And so I'll have another slide here after this looking at the kind of concept and direction artistically where we've gone with things. But before that, like Brian mentioned, we do have the EDC, or the chamber luncheon rather. If you can, there's only I think a handful that'll probably be able to make it this month. Myself and Heidi are going to be at a training in the Woodlands, so we won't be able to attend. So if you can just let me know if you're interested, and we'll make sure we'll have the seats available for you. But next slide, please. So this is kind of where we've ended up artistically, kind of an amalgamation of a lot of different concepts, taking what we liked, what we didn't from others, and this is kind of where we've ended up. So this is a black and white version, trying to keep this under containment, a little bit until we're ready for the full launch, but like I said, this is the direction. There is a little bit of refinement that we're looking into, but I think this is where we're going to end up. So happy to entertain any feedback, and I could pass that along to our branding consultants, but we do want to thank y'all, the EDC, as kind of the funding mechanism to make this necessary work happen. But like I've preached from the beginning, this is the kind of investment that I was hoping y'all would be on board with, so that we can, with good confidence, really pick up the pace in terms of marketing the community from an economic development standpoint. But I feel like this was the necessary first step.
Anybody have any questions on that rebranding?
A few other items have kind of already been touched on, but yes, March 27th at the Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. I would say Workforce Solutions Chamber and the city are going to be hosting a job fair. We're lumped in there. We're lumped in there as well. I think we're kind of just, conduit, if you will, kind of connecting some dots there. But the Chamber and Workforce Solutions are doing most of the heavy lifting on that job fair. But we are excited to hear from employers, and that kind of takes me into my last thing is all last week I was here with Applied Marketing kind of doing a road show across the city of different focus groups and roundtables to get solicit feedback for our target industries analysis. So a lot of interesting and very informative discussions were had, and we should be getting those early recommendations within a few weeks. So hopefully by our next board meeting, we'll be presenting you with some of the findings of that. But that's all I got for you.
Thank you, Emilio. I want to thank everybody on the rebranding committee. Of course, myself and Mike and Chuck and Heidi. I was there today. I just got on a little late for some other prior commitments, but and I think it's been going absolutely awesome. And I really want to thank everybody that's involved in that. As I said a little bit ago, we're only as good as our community and our city employees to accomplish everything that we want to accomplish as a board. And that rebranding committee is part of that, and we really do appreciate it. Any other questions for Emilio? Nope. And I do want to say thank you real quick also to Emilio. He's just doing a phenomenal job. He hit the ground running when we got him, and he has not quit at all. I mean, he is running like crazy, and I don't know if everybody knows it. He wears several different hats, actually. And then on top of that, he's been short employees. So he's been having to fill in a lot of spots. For all of y'all that don't know, we do have a marketing communications, a new employee, Soshi. Raise your hand up, Soshi. Say hi. Who's doing an awesome job, as you can tell from our videos and live streams, and just everything he's doing has been awesome. And that's helped Emilio a lot. But that being said, we appreciate Emilio. Thank you very much. Mr. Buckley?
Yeah, I just want to check where we at with sidewalk stuff.
Go ahead, actually.
I can touch on
Good
it
question.
right now. It's not in the agenda later on, but we did submit a grant application by the deadline, luckily, for transportation alternatives. And so I need to check the dates on when we should be hearing back on round one. I don't want to speak out of turn, so let me get you the dates, and I can send that out. But we're hoping that, with a number of factors, that we would score high enough. And so there's a section along Houston Street, a good section, and then Peach Street as well, since we have so many city facilities on Peach. But the idea is that Houston is the priority, and then Peach would be secondary. And then also part of that equation is we'd have to assess reasonably what we can secure funding for. But the application for the grant has been submitted, as we're waiting. It's in a two-part kind of two-phase process, so we're hoping to hear back on phase one, and then we'd go into phase two.
All right. What about Truman and South Line? Because that's a heavy congested area with kids walking every morning, every afternoon.
Mm-hmm. That's the South Side Elementary?
Well, it goes to the high school and the junior high.
Oh, Truman to South. Okay,
Yeah,
that whole stretch of
Truman,
South
yeah,
Line.
Truman and South Line, those are
Yeah.
really heavy in the morning times. and
We'll see. There's another program called Safe Routes to School, and I don't know if that's part of the transportation alternatives or not. So we can see what the window of opportunity is for the grant funding is available for that, to see if we can make a submittal. But just, with our finances and stuff, an outright funding of sidewalk improvements without grant participation is not possible. So we really rely on the grant opportunities. So we'll see if that Safe Route to School funding grant window is still open. Well, that's going to be the cost of the improvements.
Yeah, the cost of the improvements without grants was about $4 million. Isn't that about right, Roger? And with the grants, I think is ours 10%? Is that what it is? I think it's 10%, 10 to 20%. That's with the grants. And then on top of that, they prioritize the grants. So they look at our need, or well, let me rephrase this. They look at what they believe our need is first, and I think they kind of prioritize it. Am I saying that correctly? Basically, they prioritize it that way. Yeah. I think Washington was one of their first areas, but we appreciate anything they can do for us, for sure. Anything is better than nothing, and right now, we have nothing. We don't have sidewalks. That's reality. And so we need sidewalks. We need sidewalks. It's only a matter of time before somebody gets hurt. Then we're going to go, well, we wish we had sidewalks. So we're trying to take that initiative and get sidewalks before a bad situation happens, because it's going to happen. Unfortunately, we got to get some sidewalks going. Any other questions on anything with EDC with Emilio? And then we have obviously some more stuff for executive session also. Everybody good? Yep. Number 8, presentation of check to Cleveland Independent School District Education Foundation towards workforce development initiatives and grant-making process update. If y'all remember, just for some history, we approved this, I don't remember when, it's a few months ago.
December meeting? December, I believe.
December. So we approved this in December, and as everybody knows, our wheels of government move so fast. We're just lightning speed, and here we are March, but we're getting it done. So we are going to ask, obviously, for y'all don't know who Cece is, she can come up and introduce herself, but we are going to do our check presentation for the Workforce Development Initiative.
Hello, board members. On behalf of the Cleveland ISD Education Foundation, we sincerely thank you for your contribution. It helps provide scholarships and grants that empower our students and teachers to achieve their goals and to excel in their fields. Your generosity makes it a lasting impact, and we are truly grateful for your support. And I can't speak tonight. Thank you.
We appreciate it very much. Thank you for everything y'all are doing and trying to accomplish. I know that we've dealt with a few hills and a mountain or two since we did this, and I appreciate you working with us and us being able to, communicate and get it done for you. So we're going to do a check presentation. Emilio?
Yeah. Do you want the whole board to join us?
Yeah, let's do that. Okay. Let's do the whole board up there.
Thank you, Cece.
Yeah, that was kind of hard to catch there. Congratulations. We greatly appreciate it very much. And as any city will tell you, your check's in the mail, the real check. Yeah, hope you have a big mailbox. Number 9 is going to be an update on projects concerning beautification improvements to city facilities and parks. Roger, told you you're on the. I told you you're on the
I'll
agenda.
kind of tee us up a little bit. We did have a meeting before this afternoon with CISD, CTE welding instructors, just to kind of a little site walkthrough of the project that we're looking at and asking for their assistance on at the fire station pavilion. And so kind of gave them a sample, or I guess we gave them a fire hydrant so they can take back and kind of assess how they're going to do that. Then we kind of looked at the site. I think we have some decisions or some guidance that we're looking for from the board on terms of placement of kind of this fence line. And so I have an if you can go to the next slide. And I haven't been able to put lines on this.
One question I have too, with the fire hydrants, are they gonna do the rail for the bikes to lock up, or are you just gonna do them low? Because originally they were gonna bring them up, so that way if somebody rode a bicycle up there, they'd have a spot to park in front of the hydrant to chain up and lock up.
Okay, so
But,
to answer that question, we have several options.
okay,
So either, I guess we need to present you with the options of the placement of the hydrants, or to how to chain them together along that area, or to, like you said, or you could actually put the bike racks in between each one. So we need to come up to the board with different options of how they want to see, how they want to proceed.
And remind them, is it 8 total? How many
It's
total?
eight
We have 8
hydrants.
total, right?
Yes. So one of the ideas that we came up with was, I have to
Do you have your pointer? You have your
So, at
pointer
each
somewhere over there?
corner-
No. You have one with you? Oh. Come on, I'm Tanya.
She said, I'm Tanya.
I got a pointer with me. How do you like this? I'm on her prayer list on top of that.
Okay, yes. Oh, I can't see, yeah. So the idea is, we have one right here, one right here, in these corners, it's an option. So, okay. Yeah, it's not reflecting off of this canvas. So,
You might be able to use the cursor on the. Yeah, there you go. Now we can see it on here too. You want to grab that mic, Soshi, for us?
one of the options were put hydrants right here, across from right here, also lengthwise. So it'd be one here, so it'd be a chain or some type of connector in between. One here, one this corner, one in the middle, and one at the end on both sides, and connect them either with a fire hydrant hose or with a chain. That's one option that we came up with. Another option was in this area, right in this area here, like come down this way, kind of space it out evenly on both sides where they come to the front. So what we're trying to do is to make it more appeasing to the environment and to the community. So your opinion is needed on this part as far as the location. Now the hydrants is going to be painted like a pretty. It can't be red. It can't be red. So red means it's in service. So therefore we have to go with like a multicolor off the mural on the wall next to it. it's a multicolor, it's a flag, of course, but we could
Do the red,
use
white,
that
blue.
as a hydrant on the hydrants also to make it look more colorful.
Do like a red, white, and blue.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So it'd be more appeasing. That way it won't get mistaken for a live hydrant. So we couldn't do it red. And black, it would be too neutral, well, too plain, I should say. But a multicolor hydrant along this side. Okay,
thought
this side
originally-
would mirror this side.
I thought we were gonna do that to do like a security.
We did. We thought about that too also. Either we could there are so many components beneath the ground, like electrical line, sprinkler system, so we have to think about that also. Or we could come from all the way down this way, put 5 down this way, and then bring 3 this way, but connect it.
Do you know how many feet that is that runs along the street right there where you're at? How many
I said
feet?
from here to here, it's probably about 40 feet, I'm mistaken, if just him, plus or minus 40 feet. So we're still going to put a wooden fence back here on the back side. We're still going to do that. But
That put you 8 foot apart on that side of
And
the
we could
street.
stretch it out further than that to have
yeah,
more.
once you put that, then we could tie
That you
the
have to
chain
use
onto
it
this
up.
one. You have multiple more.
gotta- you
and
gotta
then
do
you could bring
4
it back
and 4.
this way. But we want to make it where we could have people kind of have access to get to the park on all sides. But it just depends on how y'all want to.
Another option was to use in between the fire hydrants is some plain bollards to give you some,
Walkway.
well, just some,
Coverage.
take that, stretch that out
Space,
a little more.
to where
yeah,
you can
some more
stretch out
space, yeah.
stretch out the fire hydrants.
Right.
I think originally what we had talked about, and the board of obviously can make a decision right now, but where your cursor is right there by the sidewalk is to run it the length of that
the
property on this side and then across the front.
Across the front.
Yep, I think that's kind of what we originally had wanted to do. Is that correct for the board? Yep, agreed. Yep, everybody agrees. So we have 8.
Well, you
The-
can do
so-
4 on each side and then do your ballards.
Your ballards in between.
I
Yep,
do like the hose because it brings more of a depth to the fire.
Yes. Okay. So
So if you could, I think, does that kind of give you an idea,
yes,
Roger?
Yes. So we use that layout as what you stated.
Yeah, do 4 and 4. You're gonna do
proceed
two on each side of the sidewalk over,
On
Down here.
Hanson.
yeah, on Hanson.
Hanson side, you said 2 hydrants,
And then, and then 1 on each end of that.
right?
And then your other 4 going down the other side.
Basically hydrogen two sides, security.
Yeah.
See, on the Walgreens side, that'd be a good spot for that memorial wall.
Yes, it would.
That's a whole nother level. Discussion.
They we were just trying to make it easier on the city in the long run.
It looks like about 70-ish feet
70 feet.
on
So-
San
so-
Jacinto.
I'm saying, so those bollards would be needed in that area to make it stretch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, you have any questions?
What about Sam Wiley Park? What about our benches? Where's our concrete benches?
So, how long that meeting was?
I will say I did talk to the Rotary president today, this afternoon, and they did express interest in participation. I just got to get him some more details, and he has to talk to his board about it.
Once I get him some information on that, then we'll get an idea together of what we need to do, or come with the board to say, hey, we need to get 3 or 4, or whatever it is,
Well, I think that price that you had last time for us, the cheaper price, you know, and us working out the transportation, however we need to do that, I think we're on board, ready to go with that.
Okay.
So if Rotary wants to get on, Rotary, if they want to get on board, I'm still messed up over the wall, but, but if Rotary wants to get on board, if Rotary wants to come on with us and get that done, let's do it. But let's not, I mean, we've talked about these benches now for, Brent's over here
Yeah, well,
raising
6
his
months.
eyebrows up. Yeah, it's been at least 6 months.
been a
So,
So
if you could confirm the price on those and let's get
I
them
will,
bought.
I'll contact the company and find out for sure exactly.
Yeah, let's
And then
get
we go
them
from
bought.
there.
If we can
I'll
figure,
shoot Emilio an email and say, it costs this for us to go pick it up, whatever, and we go from that point, and he could discuss with y'all what y'all want to do as far as
Yep.
that goes.
No, I think we're ready on our end, right? Everybody, yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll get with you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Greatly
you.
appreciate it. Any other questions on those updates? Thank you, Ms. Clark, for your pointer. We greatly appreciate that. Number 10, revision of EDC bylaws. That is obviously Emilio. You got enough room there?
Does everyone?
Thank you, Cece, very much.
Don't
Frame
spend it
it.
all in one place.
Yeah, don't spend it all in one place. Give us some updates too, if you don't mind.
Actually, we're going to get with you guys about the scholarship application and get that finalized, we can get that out pretty quick.
Awesome. Yeah, anything you need from us or include us or anything, we'd appreciate it. And bring some kids back. Bring some kids back. Thank you, Cece.
I just do want to say one thing. In the past, we haven't had this, and I'm very thankful and happy to see the schools working with the city, the chamber, the EDC, everybody is on one page, and we're able to utilize the schools welders to get them experience and to help out with projects. And this is something that the city hadn't had in a long time. And I just want to say I'm happy and thankful for it.
Yeah, and hopefully it goes beyond just the welding CTE. Hopefully their ag mechanical will be able to help with some of the construction installation piece. I guess Roger had some more thoughts on that.
Also, I talked to Pastor Troy this afternoon also, and he's willing to have his students go to Stansel Park and do some painting and refurbishing of the hog pens or whatever needs to be done over there, or the arena. So we will, the city will provide paintbrushes and so forth, and the kids will repair whatever needs to be done, or do some welding on different areas and paint it, and also kind of beautify the area. Hopefully before the Dairy Day starts, or whatever he said. So it's gonna be pretty soon, probably this month. Just want to let you know, update. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Roger, very much. Number 10, revision of EDC bylaws. And we were obviously postponed this from the last meeting just because we're so short, so we're going to run through a little bit of it tonight. Emilio.
Yeah, Articles 1 through 3 of the bylaws, there's not a lot of meat. Most of the meat is in Article 3, when it talks about meetings and notices and quorums and such, but Article 1 is pretty general, the purposes and the powers, not really recommending any changes. We're just asking that our attorney, kind of when we wrap up our review of it, they'll just run it through kind of the state law for any kind of update this references 4B instead of type B, so I can already tell there's going to be some just small changes in references to how the state law has changed over the years, and decades rather. Article 2, offices, principal office, change here obviously just want to reflect the address change of City Hall. This would be the official principal office of the corporation, and it doesn't affect, if we have any satellite or offsite offices. This is just saying that this is the principal office where the business of the corporation is conducted, and that really there should be no change to that. So 907 East Houston is, City Hall. And then again, some state law kind of language that we should be investigated by our city attorney. Moving on to Article 3. Again, this is where probably most of the meat is. Didn't have any initial thoughts about number, qualifications, and tenure of directors. I think that's more for y'all to discuss and consider. My first suggestion here is an annual meeting. And again, I don't think that the state law requires an annual meeting. Tommy can confirm. But if it doesn't, I would recommend that be an annual report, since that's something that we're already doing right now, at least with this year, publishing an annual report for the prior year.
Basically on that's the only difference is between a annual meeting or an annual report, correct?
Right. And the idea, we meet monthly, so I think an annual meeting would kind of it would dilute the significance of that. Where a report, we don't publish too many reports other than some staff reports, but an annual report would probably be more useful. Looking at regular meetings.
On that right quick, does everybody kind of agree with that? Or yes? Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. Common sense, yeah.
We meet every month.
Yeah, we have a meeting a month. We shouldn't be having an annual meeting. So, perfect.
Regular meetings, this is something that we already do. Like we revisited the calendar in January, I believe, or December. So we've established the regular meeting dates by resolution. So no change there in terms of how we're practicing it. There is under special meetings. It's kind of, my recommendation would be to just probably do away with the special meeting section, unless there was a good intent and purpose for it. If I had to guess, maybe there were some special meetings that were called that were questionable, and so that's why they incorporated some of these. But it could not be. So in my mind, the noticing of a special meeting should probably follow just the regular noticing of a regular meeting. I don't know if you had any thoughts. Open Meeting Act is pretty prescriptive in terms of the requirements.
Well, that would be my only concern. If we hold a meeting, even if it is a workshop or a called meeting, it still has to follow the same rules as a regular meeting under the Open Meetings Act.
Right.
So as long as those are being adhered to, I don't know we would need a special provision.
Right. Did you have a question? Oh, okay. I thought you were raising your hand. Okay. Awesome. Okay, so we can, is there, I guess, desire to remove that section altogether?
Well, you're going to remove the section altogether and,
Or do you want to just leave the first part where it talks about who can call a special meeting?
yeah, we want that. We want the,
Like better safe than sorry. Have it in there.
But then the language is following the same protocols as a regular meeting, but who can call it? So
Right.
it doesn't need to be this long.
I agree with Brent. I think that we need to leave on who can call a special meeting, but then, after that, let's just replace the rest of that paragraph with our regular meeting process. That's kind of what you're suggesting anyways, right? Yeah. Everybody good with that? Yep. Okay.
No, these are just discussions. We'll bring everything back after we've looked at sections 4 through 9, and then y'all will take formal action then.
Well, this is also stuff that the lawyer needs to look at first.
Correct, yeah.
And before we can make any changes.
Yeah. So once we get through kind of workshopping these piece by piece, we'll send the final version to Tommy. He'll make state law updates and whatever's required. And then when we bring it back to y'all for formal adoption, it'll have our edits and Tommy's edits. I think the only other outstanding things were quorums. That's pretty generic. Duties of directors, removal of directors, and then the only thing I was suggesting revisions to was committees of directors. And I just think the only thing here was that the language that it had to be established by resolution, and then the kind of onerous task of keeping minutes of committee meetings. How I think is that, I already give a director's report where I kind of highlight the activities of the committees and keep y'all updated through that mechanism. So I don't know that we have to adopt formal minutes, and that kind of just puts more on Juanita and Jackie to do that anyway. And we haven't been doing it, so there's that.
Everybody on board with that one too? On 311? Yep, kind of cleans it up. Cleans all of it up. Good. Any other questions on any of the articles, 1, 2, or 3? No?
So we'll look to bring back 4, 5, and 6 at the next meeting.
So 4, 5, and 6 for the next meeting. Okay, the City of Cleveland Economic Development Corporation reserves the right to adjourn into the executive session at any time during this meeting to discuss any item on the agenda as authorized by the state of Texas. Government Code Sections 551.071 is consultation with an attorney. 551.072 is deliberations about real property. 551.073 is deliberations about gifts and donations. 551.074 is personnel matters. 551.076 deliberations about security devices, and 551.087 is economic development. And we are going in executive session for 551.072 deliberation about real property, and 551.087 with economic development matters. And it is 7:02. Awesome. We are back from executive session at 8:14 officially. 8:14. All good. I have a motion to adjourn.
A motion to adjourn?
I second.
I have a motion by Tanya and a second by Heidi. All in favor? We are adjourned.
Is that the only motion of the night? It was.